Okay, don't be afraid of organ meats and don't be afraid of collagen. You get collagen if you eat the whole piece of meat. Gristle is collagen. The little film around the yellow of eggs is collagen. Collagen is why people that eat carnivore and low carb have healthy looking skin and are much more healthy in their skin. But you definitely want to avoid artificial or imitation seafood. It can have fillers in it that'll knock you out of ketosis in a heartbeat. And that's the whole goal of this whole thing, is to be in ketosis. That's why you lower the carbs. And like I said, 30, 60, 90 days. It doesn't mean you're not going to be able to eat a donut the rest of your life. You just got, if you're as heavy as I was, and most Americans are, you are metabolically unfit. You have to get your metabolic system fit before those carbs won't affect you as badly. So yes, when your grandma has her 100th birthday, you can eat a piece of cake. Don't make her upset. Don't be the stooge in the room, because you can start back on your way of eating the next day, but she's only going to have one 100th birthday. So there is room to cheat, but it shouldn't be every day. And one of the problems is sugar is more addictive than heroin, and heroin is about the most addictive drug that's illegal. So you can be off it for months and not have a craving because you're filling up with fat and you're eating to fullness at every meal, and then you can have that piece of cake at grandma's, and then you want another piece, and then you stick around for the weekend and you want to help her finish the cake, and you have just gotten your addiction started again. You almost have to go to rehab. So just start hard on your keto, low carb diet or way of eating as soon as you can after that, because the more you get sugars, wheats, those kind of things, the more you're going to want them. They are extremely addictive. Wheats turn into sugar, so they're almost as addictive as pure sugar. But one thing you have to be very careful on this way of eating is sauces, marinades, dry rubs, gravy, and condiments. Almost all have added sugar. That's why they taste good. So you have to almost cut out all those things. And another friend wrote on my Facebook the other day when I posted a picture of all the sausage I'd gotten at Aldi because it was on sale. I think I had 4 pounds of the ground breakfast sausage, 3 pounds of the link sausage, a pound of bacon, a half a gallon or whatever, maybe a quart, I don't know what it comes in, of the heavy whipping cream, and a thing called cheese fries, which are not potato, they're slices of cheese that you deep fry. When I lived in Europe, in the Czech Republic, they called it schmazany sear, fried cheese, and oh my gosh, it was wonderful. These remind me of that, but over there they put a little bread coating on it, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to make it without the breadcrumbs. But these are basically just thick slices of cheese you drop in a deep fryer. And a friend said, well, goodness, what do? Just eat a hunk of sausage and call it good? You don't put anything with it? And I answer back, no, you can put eggs, cheese, heavy whipping cream, spices, salt, season all, sea salt, regular salt, hamburger seasoning, whatever you want. Or you can, like I said, watch Dr. Mabry's things where he puts hamburger, cheese, eggs, and he doesn't use any seasoning in it, but I generally season the hamburger a little bit. But definitely cut out most commercial sauces. If you make a sauce on your own, you don't want to use the flour to thicken it. My coach on Verta told me to get xanthan gum. I haven't been able to find it yet, but apparently that's spelt with an X. Xantham, I think. But that's a natural thickener, which you can use to make some gravies if you use the drippings from the healthy meat that you cook. Okay, and like I said, you can eat out, but you don't want to eat out thoughtlessly. You want to maybe even lie to the waiter and say you're allergic to wheat, you're allergic to sugar, there's 3 or 4 things you don't really want. Vegetable oils. You can't have anything cooked in vegetable oil. Or you can just tell them you're eating a special way and it will knock you out of ketosis. And they'll tell you, oh, well, yeah, we add this rub on the steak, and even though we call it just a steak, it has sugar added to it. And then ask for extra butter and melt it on the steak, and you'll be all right. But don't just go and say, oh, that looks good, that looks good. You know, you want to stick to your diet if you eat out, and you can eat out. I did the other night. I got coleslaw. I did eat some vegetables, even though I'm carnivore, but coleslaw is cabbage. The sauce, the mix, or whatever you call that stuff they put on it, the dressing, probably had some seed oil in it, it probably had some sugar on it, but my ketones and my glucose had not elevated or hadn't changed much the next day, so I didn't overdo it. Okay, and you really don't want to quit too soon. Give it at least 6 to 8 weeks, so 30 to 60 days for awesome results, and don't let the symptoms, if you get a little keto flu, Google that or YouTube it, search it. It's very easy to prevent. You might need a little bit of magnesium supplement, but don't get the kind that gives you diarrhea. I don't remember exactly there's like 4 different types of magnesium. And the magnesium and the salt will keep you from getting cramps at night, because once you start flushing all the sodium, you might get a little bit of leg cramps at night. But if you drink the bouillon and take a low dose of magnesium before you go to bed, most likely it'll help you sleep better and you won't get the cramps. Okay, remember there's no such thing as portion restricting. Don't do it. Don't portion restrict and get comfortably stuffed at each meal. And only eat when hungry. Eat when you're hungry. Eat until you're not hungry. That's how we always did it in the old days when we were hunter-gatherers. You eat when food's available. You don't eat when it's not. Okay. And you kind of want to watch out for processed meats unless that's all you can afford. I've kind of already gone over that. Do not restrict your salt intake. And don't overcook the meats, and you don't actually need most supplements. So this is getting long. It's definitely going to be a 2-parter. But let me just kind of do a quick recap on the high points, which I just hit on most of them. Don't portion control. Don't calorie restrict. All you want to be restricting are the seed oils, vegetable oils, anything made with wheat, and all kinds of sugar. You want to aim for fatty foods, and you also want to add 1 to 2 ounces of quality fat to each meal. If you're eating vegetables, put butter, sour cream, cream cheese, olive oil, or coconut oil in with your vegetables. If you're eating meat, add butter to it. You can mix, soften some butter and add a little olive oil to it. That's wonderful on a steak or any kind of meat almost. But always add at least 1 ounce and then cook in those animal fats also. I told you I'd give you a snack. You don't want to go too high on the protein. In my last video, I talked about, there's a moderate protein is what this low carb, high fat diet is about. And there is a number for each height and sex. So like a 6'1" man like me, I've been given 16 ounces of protein containing food that I should eat a day. So 1 16-ounce steak would be my limit of protein. I usually snack on cheese cubes from Aldi. They come in little tiny squares, or the Gouda premium snacking sticks or something like that. And then I put them in a ranch dressing, or I dip them in a ranch dressing. That's the fat. That is made with canola oil. Soybean oil is one of the worst seed oils you can have. Canola oil, though technically a seed oil, has the least amount of omega-6s and polyunsaturated fatty acids of any of the seed oils. So Verta is okay with using canola oil. I try to use it very sparingly, but it's in the ranch dressing I like, and all the other ones in this area have soybean oil as the number one ingredient. You can use mayonnaise, but same problem. Most mayonnaises you buy commercially are made with soybean oil. So it's best if you're about my age and a man, 16 ounces of protein a day would basically break down to 4 ounces a meal if you're eating 3 meals. And what is 1 ounce of protein containing foods? It's 1 egg, 1 ounce of cheese, 1 ounce of nuts, or 1 ounce of beef, chicken, lamb, shrimp, whatever meat you're eating. So my typical breakfast the last few days has been 2 or 3 eggs. I have a friend that grows them, so I get farm fresh eggs. They're a little bit healthier than the store-bought ones. I've put about 2 ounces of that pork sausage. I've fried up a whole pound. And I put 2 ounces in with the 3 eggs. And I'm still using up my sliced cheese, so I'm using the Kraft American. Put 2 slices of that, but as I blend the eggs, I put about 1.5 ounces of heavy whipping cream. Very high in calories, but also very high in fat, which is what I want. Okay, so 3 eggs, 2 ounces of sausage, 1.5 ounce of heavy whipping cream, 2 slices of cheese, and then I've been adding 3 or 4 sausage links, which is 1 ounce, according to the package. So I got 2 ounces of ground sausage, that's 2 of my 16. 1 ounce of links, 3 eggs, let's see, we're at 6. And technically, I don't know that sliced cheese is 1 ounce, but let's say it is. So that's, what's that, 8. That's half of my daily protein containing foods in one meal. It's about 1,100 calories. MyFitnessPal says I should be at about 2,500 calories a day. I rarely hit that because once I eat when I'm full and then I eat again when I'm hungry, I generally stay below 2 or 2,200, not even trying. And then I'll have about 2 ounces of cheese cubes for a snack about the time I get to work or into the shift. But you can do this. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below. Thank you for watching. I know it's long. It'll probably be about 2, 12, or 15-minute videos. But if you watch this long, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. You don't know how much that helps the YouTube algorithms. And all I'm on here for is to get the word out. And if you hit those buttons, if you comment, YouTube will spread it far and wide. The way they promote videos is however much comments, subscribing, and liking occurs in basically the first 3 hours, or at least the first 24 hours. That's how they spread it out to more people that they think would like keto topics. That helps build the base. That helps support me. Even though I'm not making any money off of this yet, I'm a long way from making money. So please do what you can, but most of all, take care of your health. This channel is about health through the carnivore diet, but I'm also going to expand to other things like vacations, massages, just relaxing and having a great time for overall health. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. And it's getting late here, so I'm going to shut this down so I can get it loaded up. I'm hoping it'll come out tomorrow, which would be Thursday, at least part 1, at about 3:30 Central Time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.